Okay, mic should be on. Everything appears to be fine and dandy. Let's get rid of the usual text, which is this and that. There we go. Friend on board. Hello.
Hello.
Hello all. Right, we're back for some more Professor Layton. We're not in the future now. We're back in the past, which is the present. Yes.
Yeah, we're in the present, in the normal time again. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Let's just load it safe. I just realized we're recapping when the game already does it for us. Although,
but maybe we do it better than the game, who knows?
More relevant, I suppose. Alright, so let's see what happens when we leave the clock shop. Oh, I just want to point out, since we got our pet friend, parrot, whatever, now it's on the icon there on the map. Bit unnecessary, but whatever.
I mean, normally all the people in the party show up, so that's just fair. There's no doubt about it, Professor. We're back in our time.
The surroundings here certainly do seem familiar.
Huh. All this time travel has really run me out, you know?
Yes, I could do with the rest myself, but we mustn't keep Cog waiting.
You're right. So shall we go and find Inspector Calmy?
Calmy.
Calmy, yeah.
That'll be our second stop. I'd like to drop by my office at the university first.
For a quick rest?
Not quite. I need to check a few things before our meeting with Inspector Charmy. Preparation, my boy, is the foundation upon which very good investigation is built.
Right, yeah, Professor.
Now that we're back in our own time, we can reach the university in a matter of minutes by bus. Let's go, Luke. Yeah, but the train system.
We paid for it.
And how are you doing, boy?
I'm fine, thank you. It's always a surprise to see you again.
Again? What's this again business? I just thought I'd give you some advice is all.
Alright, what is it?
Not many folks know this, but when you solve puzzles, You can earn these.
Oh, if you're going to talk about pickles, we already know all about them.
Well, is that so? Well, who cares? It's not all that great a secret anyway.
Okay, well, thank you. We really should go. We've got a lot to do.
Wait, don't just run off like that. I have, a puzzle. Yes, that's right. I have a puzzle for you. Oh, he's been really screwed over lately.
Yeah, I really feel sorry for him.
Let's see. Lost in an unfamiliar town, you ask a passerby for directions to the clock tower. He helpfully tells you, go straight from here, then turn left at the first corner, then right at the next corner, then turn left at the next corner, and it'll be in front of you. Assuming that you start from somewhere on the map below, where is the clock tower? Okay, so basically, which starting point will work best with the rouse?
Yeah, which starting point will work for it. Okay.
Alright, so to remember the first phrase is, go straight from here, then turn left at the first corner. Which means, there's on the route going straight, there's another opportunity for a corner. So it has to be somewhere starting at the middle of B, E, or well, actually B or G. Or, yeah, actually, yeah, B or G is the best starting. Well, it depends.
Like for B, you can't go left anymore if you.
No, I mean, like, go. I'm just saying, like, we have to have a starting point that has 2 exit points, basically. So we could start at F, B, G, maybe C or A, H, whatever. You know, something like that. We can't start at D, so we can ignore that. That can't be the starting point. So let me just cross that out.
Why can't it be D?
It says go straight from here, then turn at the first corner. So there's more than one exit point, basically from straight. And
but I thought the starting point we just go straight somewhere, then we have to make a corner.
No, it's saying at the first corner. That means there's more than one corner passing by you, basically.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So D is an impossible option because there's more. You know, it's asking for more than one corner to take.
Yeah, copyright. It's like this is something where it's like, is this implied now because it's the first that there's 2, or is it just like, oh yeah, there's one corner coming up and this is also the first one, but this is really getting into the semantics of grammar and everything.
Yeah, but it's just like, why would you say the first corner? You would just say left.
Yeah. Okay, so it also can't be B in that. Oh no, it could be with A. But then you can turn right. So it can't be B, because you cannot turn left on the first corner and then turn right on the next one.
Right.
Same with F.
Yeah, okay.
Same with H.
Alright.
This G and... Yeah, and A straight up doesn't have a left corner.
Alright.
Oh, no, wait, it does have... Sorry, I mean... okay. It should be A.
Alright. Let's see if the system works. If my initial thought was right.
This one's as good as solved.
Not quite.
Let me think this through.
Alright, let me just X that one out. Okay, so 3 options. Any reason why it can't be C then?
Because like so you have to go towards B because otherwise you can't turn left. Then you turn left to E, then you turn right, and then you can turn left.
So C is not an option.
I don't see how.
Alright, I'll just box that one out. So what's left is E and G. that E can't be the starting point in any of the scenario, because that doesn't work, so it has to be G, then that's all that's left.
But G also doesn't work, because from G you have to go towards E to turn left, then you can turn right, and then you can turn left because you're on A.
But is that following all the instructions, or is there an extra...
No, it's following all the instructions, like... I mean, I assume that the first you go straight is just to go from the starting point to a different one, and then you turn, right?
Alright, must have missed a step here somewhere. Maybe I'm just over-assuming here. It's just, why would you say at the first corner? That doesn't make sense to me. Why would you bring that up?
Oh fuck, I'm such an idiot. It's H because that's where you end up, not where you start from.
Oh, you start from somewhere in the... Ah, where is the clock tower? Oh, okay. Right. We misread the rules. Okay.
This one's as good as solved.
Yeah.
We're not picking where we're starting, we're picking where we're ending.
Yeah.
I knew it.
But I'm assuming my reading of the whole... Oh, maybe not. Wait. To go straight, then... No, first left. Oh, never mind.
Like, I think we had totally different ideas.
Yeah, we did. How was that for a fun puzzle? It's in your top 10, surely.
It was okay, I suppose.
What? Just okay? Oh, I see. You're playing it cool. You don't want to be let on that my puzzle knocked your socks off.
That's one way of putting it.
Just don't want to be rude to the man. Just move along. Move along.
How did he escape? I think you probably brought this up at some point already. Isn't he a robot, or was he a real person in Sync Mystery?
I think he was the only other real person besides the tourist. He just managed to wander in. But yeah, I think Stash and Scarfin is a real person. I think.
God, so many questions. Just at me.
You can take this one.
Hi there, Squirt. What can I do for you? I noticed there's a bus stop up ahead. And still has a bus service, doesn't it? Of course, we got more buses than you can shake a stick at it. What an odd question.
What an odd phrase.
Expressions.
It is an odd expression, but I
Yeah.
understand it, but it is a weird one.
Brilliantly. Did you hear that, Professor? The buses are running.
I heard, Luke. Your exuberance is appreciated, but we don't want to unsettle our friend here.
Quickly, I never seen someone so scuffed about taking the bus.
Chuffed.
Chapped. Well, if you like buses, you're going to love this little number.
Well, now you've done it.
Ah, it's one of these.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. I was on a double-decker bus, and the conductor told me that, including myself, there were 25 passengers on the bottom deck. He also told me that the number of passengers on the top deck was 40% of the number on the bottom deck. How many people were on the bus in total? Alright, let's figure out what...
the bus driver.
Yeah. Alright, so what's 40% of 25?
That's 10 people.
Okay, then that's 35. So does that make 36?
Yeah. And I got the calculator out until I realized, wait.
Simple calculus.
It's like...
Alright, let's just in case, but yeah, that is cheeky. Nope, that's a 3. You can read that. There you go. 36. Nope. There you go.
This is something I gotta give. What did I say? Is it Tony? I'm mixing up so many things right now.
Aces!
If you have to do math, they actually really do this faster with number, that it's quite easy to read.
Oh, it might be 35. Let's change that. 5.
Here's my answer.
It's not that either. Oh, this is unusual. Wait, including myself. Is it 37 then? I was on double decker bus, and the conductor told me that, including myself, there were 25 passengers. No, that's still 25, isn't it? On the bottom deck. He also told me that the number of passengers on the top deck was 40 of the number on the bottom deck.
Oh, it's for the same because probably the conductor and the driver.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Come on, I can do this. Come on, read the number. There you go.
Wait, 37, not 47.
I misheard you. I can't read mouse inputs.
Here's my answer.
There we go. We did the percentage wrong.
No, I did the percentage correct, I just forgot about the conductor as well.
Well, we forgot to factor them into the percentage.
No, you don't need to do it into the percentage, it's separate.
Hang on a minute, what's going on here? There are 37 people on the bus, 25 passengers, amounts to 35 passengers. If you add the conductor and bus driver... Oh, we've got to include the conductor.
Yeah, like, as soon as I had this, like, don't forget about the bus driver, and I didn't, got the conductor.
We forgot about the conductor.
Yeah.
Well, buses don't normally have conductors, they just have the drivers.
Normally, yeah. You know, I'm something of a bus fiction
Aficionado.
aficionado myself.
There's a weird word.
That is not my name. The old double-decker's mind. None of the bendy business.
I like bendy buses.
I'm always freaked out when I'm in the middle. It's like, is that... Can't this actually sound?
Yep, it's still broken.
Hello again, boys. I trust you found yourself some nice shiny hint coins.
We have, thanks in no small part to your expert direction.
Delighted to be of assistance. So, where's my thank you?
Of course, madam. Please forgive me for not issuing proper thanks. We're very grateful for your help.
Yes, thank you. We never would have found them without the help of a wise old lady like yourself.
Now, just a moment there, half-pint. Who are you calling old? They don't call me Flawless Florence for nothing, you know. I'm as fit and nimble as a teenager.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you old. I know how sensitive some elderly people can be about the age. God damn it, you're not looking better.
Elderly? Well, I never. Looks like I have to teach you a lesson the old-fashioned way, with a puzzle.
My
You
God, it's not...
admitted it yourself.
At least it's not the cane. I was considered quite the catch in my younger days, you know. This is a picture of me back then, along with 3 of my handsome suitors. A few moments after this photo was taken, one of these gents expressed his love for me by presenting me with a heart. Which of them, these 3 men, A to C, is the suitor in question? Heart. Okay. Heart. Something physically there about them to represent the heart.
It's like... Is it maybe because chocolate and flowers are a common thing in the chocolate heart that's kind of...
They're not holding They're not holding anything chocolate related.
Yeah,
though,
I know.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a weak idea, but... It has to be like the music.
Yeah,
So...
both of them are holding something musically related. Although I do wonder what the music note is. What's the relation of that to a heart or something?
Yeah.
What do you present with a heart? Roses are just kind of the generic thing associated for love and all that, but I don't think that really truly represents a heart of some sort.
No.
Oh, wait, right, what's a harpsichord? I'm trying to remember what no, that's a different instrument. That's not violin.
Yeah, but can't you play a chord on any instrument normally? Because you're just playing notes.
Yeah. Why is he bringing out... Why does A have music sheet when he doesn't have an instrument? Unless he's using his voice.
I think he's just singing to her, yeah.
Yeah, it must be A then. You know, one that makes sense to me, really.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what the logic really is. Maybe just quick save it. If there's only 3 options.
Yeah, it's like we could just trial and error this, but you know, it's good to have some logic behind it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with A.
Fair.
He is singing from the heart.
This. I knew it.
Oh, you cheeky bastard! That's cheating. I didn't even get to that conclusion.
That's such a leap of logic.
Oh, whatever. It did stick out though. Why was he holding out music notes without an instrument?
You two are pretty sharp when it comes to puzzle solving. I'll give you that.
The compliment means all the more coming from a lady such as yourself, Florence. I do hope our paths cross again sometime.
Now you're making me blush. You can sweet talk me all you like, but you should know I'm a married woman.
I think the lady has taken a shine to you, Professor.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's make our way back to my office. Now then, which bus goes to Gressenheller University?
Wait,
It's,
that's not a puzzle?
it's so hard to choose. But, I mean, it is a puzzle technically in real life.
Yeah, it's like, if the arrow is a puzzle that you encounter in daily life, it's figuring out
The
which
travel
bus
system.
to take.
Just any transport system, really.
I have to admit that all this time travel has got me muddled. What are we investigating now?
That's actually a good question. I'm kind of lost myself. Oh, feeling a bit disoriented, I see. I can hardly blame you.
It's not every day that I travel to the future and meet my older self, you know? I think I could do with a bit of a recap of our case.
Yeah, that's fair. Very well. Let's go back over it. Do you remember why Big Luke called us to the future?
To stop the evil, Professor Layton.
And what exactly are we stopping my future self from doing?
Alright, we want to stop him from completing his time machine research.
Precisely. And that's why you and I were headed for Chinatown.
Oh yes, it's becoming a bit less jumbled now. We couldn't get into Chinatown in the end. It was at that point that you said it would be useful if we could talk to the inspector.
Yes, but at that time, I had no idea we'd be able to jump back to our own time to question him.
In that sense, I suppose we were pretty lucky, huh?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Why? What's wrong? Is something bothering you?
There is, and it's that something that we've come to investigate. Oh, we've just about reached our stop. We'll drop by my office and then it's off to see the inspector.
Yay.
If that's a chapter
This is
point.
a bit weird. It's like,
Ah, it's a short ass chapter.
it's like, it's not that complicated what you're doing right now.
Well, you know, just in case you. Alright, you gotta remember this is the DS, so people pick up and play these types of games. So, you know, they don't
Yeah.
marathon this type of shit. But to be fair, after all of that, a little recap doesn't hurt to make sure you're focusing on the right things. I need to stop by my office to check something. After that, we'll go and find Inspector Chelmy. Okay, but first, hint coins. Let's see.
Couldn't they just, add this a bit into this sentence? And it's like, yeah, after that we're going to find Chelmy to investigate it again. And I think it just felt really unnatural right now.
I have a feeling
It's
that
like-
section was probably thrown in during Layton development. It's like, probably some players might get a bit lost in what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, probably like maybe playtesting results.
Probably.
Yeah, Professor L. I see you've cancelled our lecture again this week. Let me guess you're off investigating another strange mystery, aren't you?
Ah, Miss Stone. Hello there. Yes, I'm afraid that something rather pressing has come up. I'll be holding supplementary lectures later, though. You can be sure of it.
No worries, Professor L. As long as I get the credits, I don't really care.
I want to attend Professor Layton's lectures. I'd love to hear what they are.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of attitude is that, Rosetta? If you want those credits, you'll have to earn them. And since your topic is the stone relics of Cornwall, I'd say you have your work cut out for you. As your supervisor, I insist that you check in with me weekly until your dissertation is up to scratch.
Yeah, I didn't mean to imply that I wasn't interested in my studies. I'm very much looking forward to our sessions together.
It's not that way.
Yeah. Not every girl has the privilege of receiving private tutelage from the great Professor Layton.
What I meant was that you should check in with me during office hours.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice, Professor L. I'll see you next week. I don't know what that's gone up to, but it can't be good, Professor.
Nonsense, my boy. It's all in your head.
You can't fool me. Did you see that look she gave you? She's a man-eater. Whatever that means.
Oh dear. I'm just getting immediate flashbacks to whatever the hell that reporter's name in Mass Effect 3 that is shoehorned into the ship.
Alistair?
I can't remember her bloody name. That's how inconsequential she is. Either way, she takes... One of her dialogue scenes in Mass Effect 3, she tries to throw a pass at you, and the response is completely different depending on your response. It's like she did... Whatever it was, like, keep that up, you'd be taking me home or something like that, whatever she says. If you say something positively, she takes that as reinforcement. You say that negatively, it's like, oh shit, did you think? It's like, what do you mean you think? What?
It's like, hey,
it's like you're either
I'm
throwing a
saying
pass at me
something-
or you're not.
Yeah, it's like, of course I meant to put it as this because that's what you just said.
Thankfully, in case anyone's curious, there's a mod in for Mass Effect 3 for the Legendary Edition that just outright removes her and nothing is lost.
You still get the work credit.
You still get the benefits.
Okay, good.
So nothing of value was lost. I mean, it's not much. It's like what, 5, 15 credits.
I think it adds up because like every time you do it, like others get improved. But yeah. Hey, aren't you the guard we bumped into at the presentation? What are you doing here?
Ah, well, as you may remember, there were a few hiccups at the presentation. When the dust settled, the management decided it would be best to cut me loose.
I'm sorry to hear that. Incidentally, I don't believe I've properly introduced myself yet.
Please, sir, there's no need. Dean Delmona filled me in. It's an honor, Professor Layton. I've actually been holding on to a puzzle just in case you happen to come by. Care to hear it?
Yeah, sure. Humor me. Let's see. Well, I think I recognize this one. You received eyewitness reports about a shady trio. They all wore red, white, and green, but none of them wore the same combination. Here's what witnesses had to say about them. The men wore jackets of the same color. 2 of them had white trousers on. The larger man wore a white hat. The woman's jacket was green. Okay, let's just do that already. Touch the trio's colors to change the colors so that they match the eyewitness reports. Okay, so the men wore jackets of the same color. 2 of them had white trousers on. Larger men wore a white hat. Let's just change their hat colors just to differentiate for now. They all wore red, white, and green, but none of them wore the same combination.
Yeah.
Okay, so he must have a green hat then, or she had a green hat.
No, she can't have a green hat because she has to have white and red on it.
Okay, then she must have had that orientation then, logically. None of them wore the same combination. Wait, do you mean like they can't have the same like outfit color orientation or whatever it is? So
yeah,
like
I think that they can't all have like
red
white
hat. Okay.
So like they can have I think some things overlapping because 2 of them had white trousers and the jackets are the same.
2 of them had men wore jackets of the same color. 2 of them had white trousers on. The large man wore a white hat. The woman's jacket was green. This is like too little information to work with here. Okay, well, must have had a red jacket on then, maybe.
That must.
Well, maybe it was. No, it has to be. It's got to be red, because if it was white, then it'd be white on white with the whole two trouser thing.
Yes, it can be right, yeah. How did you come to the fact that the second one is a queen head?
I didn't. I just needed to switch. I just needed to switch the colors.
Okay, because then it could still be queen jacket as well, but yeah.
And I guess instinctually,
Yeah, he has to have.
that
Yeah, I think you're actually correct.
that feels feels right.
That feels right, yeah.
Let's just make a safety save. This feels right.
Let's see if I've got this right.
Huzzah! Oh, that's a good feeling.
As I suspect.
Not bad, considering the limited resource of information there.
Yeah.
Simply beautiful work, sir. Thank you so much for indulging me. Not at all. I quite enjoyed myself.
Okay then, moving on. Ah, yes, right. And let me just get my hand coin obligations out of the way. Okay, all good. Nice and quick. Let's see. I feel like I should take this one.
So I own you.
No, I'll take this one.
Okay.
Herschel, my boy, I've been looking for you. Hello there, Dean Dalmona. Didn't you receive my holiday request? Oh, that, yes, everything's in order there. It's something else that I need your help with. Well, in that case, please tell me how I can be of assistance. Come a bit closer, my boy. What I'm about to ask you, well, I wouldn't like anyone else to hear it. The thing is, I have this puzzle that I simply can't work out on my own. My darling granddaughter brought it to me, but I can't for the life of me solve that blasted thing. I can see how that could be rather vexing. Vexing would be putting it politely. It's hard to feel like the king of your castle when you can't even solve your grandchildren's puzzles. This is a rather serious issue for me, Herschel. It certainly sounds like it. Yes. So, I take it I can count on you to help me work this one out? But of course.
Oh dear.
Oh no, it's bad.
Yeah, there's a number like that. That sounds.
Oh no, it's.
Oh, hang on. Here are some matchsticks to spell out 100M. Move one of the matchsticks to the bin to display a length that is 1/1000th of that size. I think it's really simple then. Move one of the matches.
You remove the one in the second zero. You move the right one because then it's 10 centimeters in the second zero.
Yep, that looks about right. Doesn't have to leave the outline there, so the illusion's not quite gone,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Metric system. It makes sense.
That it does. I wonder if this is different for the American
It has
version.
to be.
Look it up. Number
is it
number
48?
48. Look it up. I'm curious. It's got to be altered for the other equation. Metric and imperial, I believe. Give it a minute.
Wait, no.
Oh, they kept it.
Wow, that's kind of evil.
Ooh. Oh dear.
Like, if you don't know about the metric system, you will never get this.
Tough shit.
Oh, that's it. My granddaughter's going to be over the moon when she hears how clever her granddad is. I'm glad I could help. Likewise. And by the way, Herschel, I do have one more small favor to ask of you. Certainly. Let's keep the fact that you helped me with this puzzle between me and the wall, shall we, my boy? Of course. You may count on me, after all. You've a reputation to maintain with your granddaughter. Oh, perceptive as always. And what about you there, young man? Can you keep a secret?
Of course, my lips is sealed, sir.
Splendid. For that you have my thanks. One last thing, Herschel. There's a young lady in your office. She said she's waiting for you. I see.
Professor, you must be talking about Flora.
Oh wow, I completely blanked out she's even here. Really bloody says a lot. Let's see.
Maybe that's also like.
Shit, she is here.
Oh,
Hi there, Flora.
oh, hi there. Oh, it's voiced.
It's
You
voiced.
got some nerve leaving me alone while you go off on another adventure.
I'm sorry. Also, I think I recognize the voice actress. I can't remember her name. She voices Terriamon in Digimon.
Now, Flora, you know that wasn't our intention at all. While we were out investigating one issue, an even more troublesome matter arose.
What kind of troublesome matter? We couldn't have seen it coming, Flora. Honest. Really? Of course. We would never leave you behind on purpose.
On purpose.
Luke,
The
quite
third
right.
time now.
Do forgive us for our oversight.
I'm not sure if Layton's qualified for this position.
Well, okay. Just this once. But you two had better not leave me alone again.
God, I hope they remember her in the new game.
Of course not.
I honestly kind of want this to become a running gag now.
It already is.
Okay, good.
I mean, just like so far, it's already been a running gag. I feel like the writers just generally don't know what to do with her.
Yeah, but no, can't they just write her out? It's like.
I don't know. I don't know how to handle this because her story and her arc has been dealt with. Where do you go from there?
You know, just have her retire to a farm, I don't know.
There's no hint coins here, which is very odd. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but there's no hint coins here. What's done is done, so I guess there's no point in dwelling on it. You two must be awfully tired after all that running around. I just made a pot of tea. I'll go fetch it.
Professor, did you just make a promise to Flora?
Yes, I'm rather afraid I did. And unfortunately, this is one promise I may have to break.
Professor, it's terrible. You're always saying that a gentleman never breaks his word.
Well, I didn't see you doing anything to dissuade the poor girl from coming with us, Luke. Besides, you know our current case is fraught with danger. I don't want her to get hurt. We need to finish what we came here to do, so that we can find the inspector. We best move quickly.
I suppose you're right, Professor. So what are we looking for?
Somewhere in my office is a leather-bound notebook with a yellow note sticking out of it. You think you can help me find it?
Aye, aye, Professor. I'm on the case.
Oh boy. Where do you start?
Honestly, I don't think Professor Layton should have trouble finding anything in his office. He's a well-organized man.
Oh, here we go. Found it.
Is this the notebook you were talking about, Professor?
Why, yes, it is.
Let's see. Not an explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research. Did you gather information in this notebook, Professor?
I did, piece by piece. Sadly, most of its contents have been removed.
Hey, you're right. Most of the pages have been torn out.
It's been a while since I last opened it. Let's see. Well, the newspaper clippings are still intact at least.
How old are these articles, Professor?
I'll explain more on the bus. First, we need to get out of here before Flora returns. Good point. Let's get out, Dodge.
But first, hint coins.
Voila! I thought you might be hungry, so I made some cucumber Huh? Where did they go? We were never here.
Like, you know, it's already mean that they just ignore her and go on their own.
It's one thing to bring her up and then intentionally get out of there.
But then it's like, oh yeah, we promise to make up for this in the future, then just do it 5 seconds afterwards.
Later! Anyway.
Oh, that stuff in your notebook, Professor. What was this explosion you were researching?
It all happened quite a few years ago, when you were very small. 2 scientists working in a physics lab accidentally caused an explosion during an experiment. The blast devastated the surrounding area.
Must have been all over the news.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? However, though many perished in the blast, few records of the accident remain.
What happened?
That's something I'm still trying to work out myself. But answer me this, Luke. What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of an explosion?
Right, the explosion at the presentation of Dr. Stankon's time machine, of course.
That was my first thought as well. I have a strong suspicion that these two incidents are connected.
Why is that?
Well, it's nothing more than a hunch at the moment, so I can't really say any more.
Oh, Professor, this is our stop. Here we are, Professor. Scotland Yard.
There's no time to waste. We have to find the inspector. I'm sure it can't be that hard.
Actually, I've been London twice and never actually thought about going to Scotland Yard.
Neither did I. Maybe it will occur when I'm walking around later on. Oh, never mind. Let's see, what is in here for hint coins? What was it? That's very specific and very British. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on here? Yep. Let's see, anything else? Ah, there you are. Okay. Welcome to Scotland Yard, headquarters of the London Police Force. What can I do for you?
We're here to see Inspector Chelmy. Could you let him know that we'd like to speak to him?
I see. Well, the inspector is always happy to meet the public. He is terribly busy at the moment. Furthermore, I'm under strict orders to issue this puzzle to all visitors.
What?
What? Who enforced this? Who is the commissioner?
Because I am bored at my job.
In recent years, this city has been suffering from an increase in accidents and crime. According to a survey, there's one place in the city that has a higher average of injured people and deaths throughout the year than anywhere else. Where could it be? Circle the name of the place. Okay, it's gotta be something simple.
It's the hospital, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes absolute sense. Unless it's the cemetery.
But people are already dead there, like they don't die there.
Has a higher average of injured people and deaths. Yeah. All those injured people gotta go somewhere. Yeah, the hospital makes sense.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Bit messed up, but still.
Yeah.
That's right. There may be a lot of dangerous places in the city, but the hospital is where sick and injured people gather throughout the year. Not going to mention about the deaths, but yeah, no. It happens.
Yeah.
That's correct. Tremendous work as always, Professor Layton.
Huh? You know the professor?
Of course, I'm a huge fan. How could any self-respecting puzzler not know the name Layton?
I assume that puzzle was one of your own design?
That's right, guilty as charged. I couldn't pass up the chance to have Professor Layton solve one of my puzzles. I'll call to let the inspector know you're coming. His office is just up those stairs.
Thank you very much.
That was a mildly amusing detour. Well, it certainly looks very well organized in comparison to Layton's office.
Ooh, there's interesting coins in there.
Yeah, especially in the trash can. They say there's nothing in the trash cans, but you see, there's always something.
Like, oh, I would blizzard it and have Layton search for it.
Nothing like a nice cup of tea to soothe the nerves.
Good day, Barton.
Oh, good day to you, sir.
Barton, we wish to have a few words with the inspector, but I don't see him here.
I don't see him here either.
I was led to believe he was here in his office.
Yes, he was. Then he got up and left. It was all very sudden. I'm puzzled by his sudden disappearance.
Barton, I sincerely hope you're not spreading misinformation about me. It wasn't 5 minutes ago I told you I needed to pop downstairs to see the chief constable.
Oh, yes, you did say that, sir.
Use your ears, constable. You'll never move up in the force if you don't learn to listen.
Hello, Inspector.
Sorry about that, Layton. What a surprise to see you. Welcome to my humble office.
Forgive the sudden intrusion, Inspector. I heard that you're leading the investigation into the Prime Minister's disappearance.
I am. And since it's you I'm speaking to, I'll be quite candid. This case has me baffled.
Well, you did that.
Okay, coming around.
Yeah, it's like at this point he knows how successful Layton is at this, so you might as well let him assist.
Dozens of eyewitnesses, myself included, and not one blasted lead to work with. Since you were there too, I might as well hear your take on things. Have a seat.
I was interviewed on the day of the incident. Maybe another chat will uncover some new theories.
Alright, well, this ought to be good. But first, I fear the inspector may be quite angry with me at the moment.
We've already established that you were there when the explosion occurred.
Yes, I certainly was.
Then you must believe as I do, that there's no way anyone could have survived that blast. Not that Craig Stangan, not his staff, and though I hate to see it, not the Prime Minister. But what confounds me is that we haven't found a single trace of any of them.
What do you mean?
We went through the place with a fine-tooth comb and didn't find anything related to the victims. No bodies, no clothes, and no shoes. And not even so much as a pocket watch or ring. All we recovered from the scene was the tons of scrap metal that used to be the machine. No people.
There were 8 of them, sir.
What? Did you just say something, Constable?
There were 8 of them, sir. 8 people vanished.
Yes. According to the eyewitness reports, 8 people vanished from the scene. That group consists of Stankan, a handful of his assistants, and the Prime Minister. Now how in the world do 8 people just vanish? It's like a blasted magic trick. Don't worry, Inspector. From what I've heard, the Prime Minister's still alive. Huh? Young Luke, be a good lad and keep quiet, alright? The adults are having a serious conversation here. If you're bored, why don't you and Barton go play in the lobby?
Inspector, I assure you Luke isn't making this up. There's a very real possibility that Bill Hawkes is alive.
What? Well, don't leave me here scratching my head like a fool. Explain yourself, Layton.
I will, but I must ask a favor of you first.
And what would that be?
Do you recall the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research 10 years ago?
What did you just say?
I'll take that as a yes. It is imperative that I see any and all case files on that incident.
It sounds like you're onto something here, Layton. What do you know?
Nothing at the moment, and I have a suspicion your current case is somehow linked to this old one.
I'd like to help, really. I will. But those files are sealed and require top-level clearance. Even a high-ranking officer like myself would have trouble getting his hands on those.
I see. I'd hoped a man of your status might have had the necessary clout to acquire those documents. Unfortunately, it seems I may have hoped too much. I'm sorry to have asked the impossible of you.
Wait just a moment, Layton. I just might be able to get you access to the case files.
Excellent. I'll be extremely grateful for that.
Just one thing though, these documents don't come for free. I want to hear everything you know or suspect about the Prime Minister's whereabouts.
Of course. Once I've seen the documents, and I'm sure my theory is sound, every detail will be yours.
Barton, head down to the archives and find those old files. Tell them you're on here on my orders.
Right away, sir.
Those files can't leave the archives, but you can read them down there.
That's a fair trade.
Take the stairs down from the lobby to the cellar.
Much appreciated, Inspector.
Yeah, that's fair trade. If they're that classified, you know,
Yeah.
can't let them leave.
It's
See-
I think it's like the same with like in Rome with some of the libraries where you can read stuff there, but you can't take it out.
Nothing's stopping you making a copy, though.
That's what you should do with all the replaceable books.
Hello. Now, let me guess. Is there a puzzle to finding the data? Let's see. Let me just. There's one. Surprised there's anything down here. Another. Not sure where the third will be. Welcome to the archives. I've gathered all the case files pertaining to the explosion.
Thank you, Barton. Your hard work has saved us considerable time.
Jack, these papers are all wiggly and covered in dust.
These files are off limits to most people. You're the first to touch them in a long time.
I see.
Hand some of these over, and I will help you look through them. Where should I start?
I appreciate the offer, Luke, but I shall handle these myself. They are top secret after all.
Oh, of course. If you say so, Professor.
Also, spoilers.
Oh shit! Layton in the overworld. That's an uncommon sight.
Wait. Does it mean we are playing as Luke?
I mean, that actually does make sense most of the time, considering at the start of the game or at the end, you would receive a letter from Luke that foretells about the adventure that we're going through.
Yeah.
So it is mostly in Luke's perspective.
Just a bit longer, Luke. I'll be finished soon.
Alright, no, talk to Barton then. Pass the time.
Don't you ever get tired of the inspector shouting at you, Constable Barton?
Oh, yeah, it's not so bad. You know, he scolds me when he has good reason to, which is often, unfortunately.
Oh.
I make a lot of mistakes, so I get shouted at a lot. He's always telling me I lack insight and don't, pay enough attention. He's absolutely right. I get distracted very easily and then I make mistakes.
Chin up, Constable. Everyone makes mistakes. I make them all the time.
I have made some howlers, though. Just the other day, in fact, I found myself in quite a jam. Oh, this ought to be good. Let's see here. Barton needs to park his police car in the space indicated by the flag. When he encounters a cross, he has to turn left or right. When he meets a circle, he must keep going straight. Assuming he's not allowed to reverse the car, which route does Barton need to take in order to reach the parking space? Draw a line from the police car to the parking space. As you can see, the parking space can only be entered from one side. Well, let's establish that line then, shall we?
Yeah.
So he has to turn from here.
Yeah.
You can't go this way because that's physically not an option at all. So he'd have to go either this way or that way.
And he has to.
Well, he starts this way, so let me establish that line.
Yeah. Then he has to.
I'm assuming straight line. You know, if he went straight from here, he can't turn off. He'd be stuck.
He would crash. So he has to go to the left then, which means he has to keep going. Then he has to turn to the right because it's the only way. Because
it keeps going, and then he has to turn here. Let's just see where this goes. Nope, not that way. Let's go this way. That way. I'm assuming we're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
That way. That way. Bingo!
Nice.
Yeah, that works.
This
What a strange parking garage.
Didn't know the police officers had to follow this kind of logic. Must be a British thing.
Nice driving. Barton has to go all the way around the parking space in order to get there. Though you showed him the route he needed to take, all those turns seem to have confused Barton. He's written off the police car and the inspector's not happy. Wonderful work, Luke. I bet the professor never has to shout at you.
The professor's not really the shouting type.
No, he's more of the stern talking to type of person.
Yeah. But it's true that I never leave a puzzle unsolved. I've got his reputation to uphold.
That is very true. We haven't missed one yet. Oh dear. I've never considered the possibility that my clangers could harm the inspector's reputation.
Don't worry, Constable. You try your best, and that's the most important thing.
If only I could convince the inspector to see things that way.
Luke, come here. I think I found what we're looking for.
What is it, Professor?
Oh, this ought to be good.
That file yielded some very valuable information, Luke.
What exactly did you find out, Professor?
Let's just say I'm very confident that the Prime Minister is still alive. The only way to save him, however, is to travel to the other London, where he's being held.
You think he might be trapped in the future?
Perhaps. This is something we need to discuss with the inspector.
Very well.
Also, calling around now that probably should have called this way earlier because it's kind of obvious now that I think about it.
Go on.
His fiancée wife died in the explosion 10 years ago.
Well, because in the way he's acting,
That's
probably.
died, quote unquote.
I find a nice cup of tea helps focus the mind. Tea. Lovely, lovely tea.
Well, Layton, did your investigation bear any fruit?
It did indeed. But before I explain, please allow me a few questions. Inspector, were you involved in the investigation into the explosion at the Institute 10 years ago?
Yes, ages ago it was. It was, and I was.
It was.
I remember I had just been promoted to sergeant.
I see. And do you remember the names of the scientists thought to have caused the explosion?
Let me think. It's coming back to me now. One was called Alan. Dr. Dimitri Allen.
Weren't those two scientists implicated? You remember the second scientist's name?
It was quite a long time ago, you know.
I see you're having some difficulty remembering.
Hmm.
Well then, what about the victims? Do you remember anything about them?
The explosion caused substantial damage to the area and destroyed a nearby block of flats. Several of the building's tenants perished in the explosion, as well as one of the lab assistants. Strangely enough, though, I think that both the scientists involved in the experiment survived.
That was very informative. Thank you, Inspector.
Right, now I've got a few questions of my own. How do you think this old case relates to my current one?
This is just a theory, and I think the Prime Minister is being held somewhere beyond the influence of Scotland Yard.
Do you mean to say he's being held in another country?
You may find what I'm about to tell you hard to believe, but I think Bill Hawkes is being held captive in the future.
If this is your idea of a joke, Layton, I'm not laughing.
I can understand your skepticism. Well, thank you for your help today, Inspector. Should I learn anything else about the Prime Minister's whereabouts, you will be the first to know. Come now, Luke. Let's be off.
No, wait right there. We had a deal. Surely you got more from me than that far-fetched theory.
Inspector, I've told you as much as I know at the moment. Now, please excuse us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chummy's not going to let that thread loose.
Yeah.
Now that we've got what we came for, let's go back to the clock shop. Cog is waiting for us.
Right, Professor.
I just want to point this out now. It took me a while to realize this. Majority of this game is taking place in London, which is kind of unusual, you know.
Oh,
I say
yeah, because
most of the games of Professor Layton take place at least in basing in the UK or whatever. But this is the first time we're actually having some of the game take place in an actual UK landmark.
yeah. It's like even in the Doors box, we very much like
We were there for
Go.
5 minutes.
yeah, then let's go to somewhere else.
Yep.
Also, and I'm kind of disappointed because now there isn't any wordplay on the city they're in. I suppose we have to head back to future London now, don't we?
What's the matter, Luke? Are you scared of traveling through time again?
Yes. I mean, no, as long as I don't have to do it alone.
Of course not. I'll be right here with you.
The first step is to head to Cheltenham to meet the future Professor Layton, I suppose.
That's right. If my assumptions are correct, we'll find the Prime Minister there as well.
Do you think we'll run into trouble along the way?
Considering the warm welcome we received from the family at the casino, I'd say anything's possible. Luke, there's no telling what kind of dangers awaits us in the future. Maybe it'd be best for you to remain here in our time.
What kind of apprentice would I be if I left you alone to face those dangers? I'm coming with you, Professor. Let's go!
Well, you can't ignore his spirit for this.
Yeah. Also, I just realized that we booked a hotel, even though we could just stay the night here. In the past launcher where we have an actual room.
Sorry? Sorry.
The hotel, we booked a room in the future. We could just travel to the past and stay there.
Well, they didn't know they could go to the past at that point. They didn't know it was an option.
Yeah, fair.
Alright, what mischief have you got yourselves into now then?
Excuse me, I don't know what you're talking about.
No point playing innocent, boy. Old Stash is Scarfin knows more than you think. They might be hidden, but I do have eyes, you know. And these eyes can see that the law's right on your tail.
I don't think you understand.
Say no more, boy. Just know that I'm always on your side. If you call me, I'll come running.
Oh, well, thanks, I suppose.
You ought to be off now, Luke. I have the feeling that things are about to get interesting. Anyway. Luke, do you remember the secret knock that Big Luke used when we entered the clock shop last time?
Of course, allow me, Professor.
The game already knocks for us.
Sorry.
You can't help it, shaving a haircut.
Welcome back,
There's
Professor.
a bit of tempo.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Where is Cog, by the way?
Oh, same place as always. In the back, tinkering with that big clock.
No, that's nice. Alright, run up, machine.
Welcome back. I take it you found the information you were after.
We did. I hope Luke hasn't got tired of waiting for us back in the future.
Yep, mustn't keep the young sir waiting.
It must have been like, what, an hour at most?
Yeah. Young sir? Oh, I just call Luke sir. Sorry. Maybe it's an old habit from being in service. My mind's just not as sharp as it used to be, you know. I often get a little muddled and... Someone's at the door.
You can't just barge onto private property. It's illegal, not to mention ungentlemanly.
But I, madam, am no gentleman. I'm an officer of the law and I'm here on an important investigation. What's Inspector Charmy doing here?
You told us, didn't you, Inspector? In which case, Spring is right. It is very unbecoming of a gentleman.
Say what you will, Layton. The fact remains that our Prime Minister is missing. And if I have to step on a few toes to find him, then that's what I will do.
Inspector.
And I'll keep doing it until you lay your cards on the table, Layton. All of them.
Oh, for God's sake.
I can't believe you, Professor. You too, Luke.
Flora!
You ran off and left me on my own again. I'd even made you those nice cucumber sandwiches.
Flora, please. We just didn't want to put you in danger, that's all.
You say that, but the real reason you won't take me is because you think I'll get in the way, isn't it?
No, that's not it at all. You think you're Pablo again.
Flora, you have to understand. You could be put in harm's way. It's for your own safety that...
I don't know anyone else here. What am I supposed to do when you two run off?
That's a fair point, actually.
Just sit there like a lemon and wait?
When you put it that way.
Yeah, I can't imagine she has much of a social life just staying cooped up in Layton's office.
Honestly, this is so messed up the more It's weird about it.
It's like, how much of this is improvement compared to where she used to be? You know?
I mean, at least the other, quote-unquote, people that interacted with her.
But they were all built for her accommodation mostly.
Yeah,
That's
but
the point.
at least there was something that, cared about her.
Yeah.
I think it's actually worse now.
Hmm.
Layton, I think the girl has a point. You may be leaving her behind out of concern, but it doesn't help anyone if it gets her all upset.
Inspector, you too?
Sorry to interrupt, but we've got to get going. We can't keep waiting any longer. I have to start her up now.
But there are several people here who have nothing to do with the matter at hand.
Well, the more the merrier, that's what they say, isn't it?
That's ridiculous. I beg you to reconsider.
Sorry, Professor, we've got to go. Hold on, everyone.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on. For what?
Well, at least you understand the time machine. Whee!
Okay, enough to line everyone out. What in the world? Mr. Matching backflips again. Hey Layton, what just happened?
Step outside and see for yourself, Inspector. That should serve as a sufficient explanation.
What are you on about now? Come on then, Barton. Let's go outside.
Just a moment, Inspector. I'm feeling quite a little queasy. Very queasy, actually.
Pull yourself together, Constable. We're going outside.
Please don't jostle me. I'm feeling a bit green.
Are you okay, Flora?
It was a rather bumpy ride.
I'll say. Time travel really takes it out of you.
I'm just a little dizzy.
Oh no, Flora!
We managed to write out the story again.
Yay! See?
Alright, moving on. She's not even on the floor or anything. Bye!
She's still in the party according to this.
Yeah, according to the icons, so that works out.
Layton! What's all this? What happened to London?
We're still in London, Inspector. We've just been transported 10 years into the future. This is a... in hindsight, it's like, this is a big change for 10 years.
Yeah, but 10 years isn't that little if... No. Considering that,
How
it was working, it's like, Layton can do it a lot in 10 years.
I suppose as the logics are running, it's just like, this is a big change in comparison.
Yeah. But did they take the structures from, St. Mr. Reader? It's like, who built all these improbable towers?
Hmm.
But that's impossible, isn't it? Well, is it possible, Layton?
One thing is for certain, we're no longer in the London we know.
Well, there will be plenty of time for debate once my work here is done. I seem to recall you saying something about the Prime Minister being trapped in the future, yes?
Yes. It's by no means certain, but it remains a definite possibility.
Well, then, what are we standing around for? The hunt is on, Barton. We're off to find the Prime Minister.
You know, Inspector, we may have better luck tracking him down if we work together on this case.
That's enough from you, Layton. The fate reminds that you are a civilian. I'll handle this on my own. And now you want to work together. Are you feeling any better, Constable?
Yes. No. Yes. Where am I?
You're in the future. This is London, but 10 years in the future.
Oh. Oh my.
No need to fret, Constable. Everything's fine. Apart from the fact that this is ruled by a gang now.
don't worry about me. The inspector is here. You and your friends are safe. We'll all be fine.
That's sad, Constable.
He's having an existential breakdown right now. He's just keeping it
is,
internal.
Which, honestly, like, this is the appropriate reaction to this. Everybody else is just taking it way too serious, way too casually.
And remarkably well.
Yeah.
We have over 100 hint coins. Yay. I do want to point this out again. Like, I do like that the hint coin symbol, like, it changes depending on how much hint coins you've gathered.
Yeah.
I do wonder, like, the amount of people who don't know this will notice that there is, like, you know, the icon changes to a very high amount. Like, I'm pretty sure it goes even higher than this for 100. Anyway, it's been a while. Puzzles. Watch out, fellas. Can't you see you're standing in the middle of a building site? It's good to see that you're making progress with the construction work. If only that were the case, we've hit a snag, see? Look at these boards here.
They're all very odd shape. What are you using them for?
Diddly squat, I've got crates of these things, but I can't use them. These square boards, you see? What's I meant to do? It's just a it's a cussing puzzle. Yay. I hate these. Yeah, it's this one. I hate these puzzles. Okay, so you need to cut it in a particular way and then you make them into the shape.
It's shape, okay, yeah. So we need 5 by 5.
However, the grain of wood means that the two pieces can't be flipped or rotated after being cut. Okay, well that simplifies things a lot.
I mean,
So,
do you just almost, if you just instead of going to the left, we started go up and then do the exact same thing, and I think this just is it.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, is it?
Yeah, I think
it's one of those. If you could physically see it, you'd be fine. You know. Yeah, that should be it. Now, that's the easy one. It gets worse.
Yeah.
I'm glad they established you can't flip the pieces though. That simplifies it a lot.
That makes it simpler, yeah.
Who prints boards like that though?
I don't know.
Ah, look at that. One cut and I've got square boards. Thanks for the idea, mate. Alright, moving on.
How's that a look, Professor?
Now that you mention it, we never decided on a meeting place. Perhaps we should pay Shipley a visit.
Of course, you can get in touch with Big Luke first. Shall we head over there to the restaurant then?
I'm assuming he's... How'd you get here?
Well, look who's back.
Mr. Stachensgarfen?
The one and only. And who's your feathered friend there?
Oh, you mean Polly?
Not gonna bother.
Nice to meet you too, Birdie. Say, you seem like a dependable lot. Can I ask you a favour? I've recently become rather fond of mushrooms, especially those little red ones. They're delicious. That's where you come in. I'd like you to sneak out one of those fine fungi and bring it back to me.
A small white delicious mushroom? Haven't had a clue where you could find one of those. Ah, Polly knows. Polly get.
You're not a truffle finding animal.
You don't know that.
Now that's the kind of can-do attitude I like, Birdie. But are you really up to the task?
Polly's no ordinary parrot. This should be a doodle for him.
New type of challenge. Yay! Well, I see no harm doing this one for a quick minute.
Yeah. The tea Sachen didn't age, right?
He doesn't look any older.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah. We'll help you. Yeah, give me a minute. Fuck's sake. Yay. Give me a minute. More tutorials. It's the same thing. We know. Yeah. It's like we just did this a minute ago.
I
What?
hope,
There we go.
These mushrooms don't have any white dots on them.
Let's see. It's not white, but still.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's gonna jump. Actually, not there. Do that. And no, not that.
I think you're right with the first. I think you just need to do the lower two on the other side of the wall and hope that the bounce is enough.
Let me see where he's jumping from. Does clear over that, so just that and that will do. I just need to see how high he can jump that. Boing. Eh. Barely. Okay. Top work. And you're just a fella for the job. This is a perfect specimen.
Ah, specimen.
You just go on like that and you'll become a fine delivery parrot. People will love you.
Ah, delivery, delivery.
Yay. Yeah, that's that done. You can still do those.
Parrots are really smart, but it's usually,
Not that smart.
pigeons.
Yeah, pigeons is where it's at, not parrots.
I mean, ravens are also really smart.
Yeah, it's just parrots are in a different league. Oh god.
Oh,
Sorry. Just need a minute. Nope. Oh god. One sec. just realized the scenario this is. Hi there, little lady. You don't look very well. Are you alright? No worries, little lady. I'm doing just fine. Fine. I do appreciate your concern, though. A way of thanks for your kind words. I have this here puzzle. It's been sitting in my back pocket, so it's a little squished, but it plays just fine. Fine. You? It's jam.
Yeah. I know it's one of these.
That's one of these. Okay. You have 8 jars of jam of 4 different types depicted by the different colors. The different types of jam vary in weight. Your jars have been put into boxes and pairs. Use the scales to work out the relative weight of each type of jam and rank them 1 to 4, with 1 being the lightest and 4 being the heaviest. Okay, well, this is just simple process elimination. Okay, nothing changes. So what if I do that? Nothing. I have to press the button. Okay. Alright, we'll do that first in case there's anything that is incredibly light. Just in case.
It will never go into the other direction.
Yeah, but I just wanted to check if there's like, you know, if it decides to do that. It doesn't hurt to try that out.
Okay, so
Okay,
blue is heavier than
fine.
green.
That's the same.
But not
So it seems red and green are quite light. So, fascinating. So blue must be heavier, must be the heavier object naturally.
yeah, blue is heavier than green.
So let's put you
If
here. Well, this is naturally the lightest, considering it hasn't changed in anything. So,
can you do blue, green, and red? Oh yeah. Okay, so green is heavier than red.
okay, well, I guess I'll put that there logically. Let's do that one. They're equal weights, so we'll have to figure that out in a minute.
So that means that blue is heavier than yellow. So it should be blue, yellow, green, red.
So in this orientation. Alright, let me have a look at the inputs then.
Yeah, I think you just have to input the answer. You have to do this. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So
red is the lightest, then comes green, then yellow, and then blue.
all right. It's a good thing you were writing down those notes because I was thinking a different input order, but whatever.
I mean, it's
Does this sound right?
Good job.
like work them, and I always do notes for these.
No, good. I'm glad you did. I probably would have gotten to that result eventually, but I was taking the wrong notes for sure. Say, nice going, little lady. You've got quite the mind for puzzling. Okay, please never talk to him again. What? Ah, look, you two are playing havoc with my nerves. Just leave me alone, okay? Alright, fine.
We're actually free right now.
Bye. I don't remember who voiced her. I blanked out entirely.
Good. Was it me?
I don't remember voicing her.
Hiya, folks. You look absolutely knackered. Have you been out walking all day?
Actually, yeah.
We have. I can't say too much, but we've been quite on the journey. Oh, is that so? What you really need to perk up on is a nice big meal, but we don't serve hot food here, I'm afraid.
What?
I suppose I could whip up one of our special ham rolls for, if you ask nicely, that is.
This is a cafe. You should have some edibles of some form.
Yeah.
If you're a bar, then I'd understand that.
That sounds great, but what makes it so special? It's all about the order of the ingredients. Plus, it has an extra special secret ingredient.
Nothing.
Now, just have to remember how to make the thing. How does it go again?
Alright. Let's see.
Also, we're not in Kung Fu Panda here.
Okay, here we go. Can you make a roll to this exact specifications? The ham goes above the potato salad, which is already in place. Good. The only ingredient between the ham and the tomato is lettuce, right? So, okay, let's see.
You can twig it around the pan.
Yeah. I'm just trying to visualize it. The cheese touches the bread. Okay, so let's put cheese there for now. The middle layer is neither ham or lettuce. So, okay, so let's just put those there for now. Ooh, that's too far. Bit picky, that. The only ingredient between the ham and tomato is lettuce, which is wrong. Fascinating. Okay, so do. Wait, no, that can't be right. The only ingredient between the ham and the tomato is lettuce. Okay, so then we'll just put that there.
So, but the ham goes above the. Oh, it doesn't sit directly above it.
Let's see. The middle layer is neither ham nor lettuce. That means the cheese can't be on the very top layer because that makes the lettuce the middle.
Yeah. You've got it then.
That looks about right. Just make a safe state.
How about this?
I do like a simple one every once in a while.
Puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Not sure about the potato salad in a sandwich though. That's a bit odd.
Yeah. Thanks for the help. Is your word? Here's your ham roll. Also, is it a ham roll, not a sandwich or burger?
Yeah, this is a bit beyond ham roll.
Yeah. Oh wow, this is amazing. Who would have thought potato salad in a sandwich could be so delicious?
I'm not going to experiment with that one, that's for sure.
Yeah. And the crusty roll is a perfect match for the tomato and cheese. I love it.
Not a patch on my cucumber sandwiches though, eh? Oh, she makes terrible cucumber sandwiches.
Wait, is this Canada she makes them terribly?
Must be.
Okay.
I mean, why would Luke like immediately react to that?
Yeah. Uh-oh. That last bite get caught in your throat. You shouldn't eat so quickly, you know?
It was either that she makes them terribly, or Luke didn't want to be rude about it.
Yeah.
Either way. Also, it's nice to know Flora's up and about now.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't think we've missed any puzzles so far, but it doesn't hurt to check. I'm not gonna bother. No, missed no puzzles. I'm doing amazing so far. I would have thought I would miss something by about now. Let's see. No hint coins here. New puzzles? Hello again, boyo. Enjoying your trip to the big city, are you?
Trip? Have you know that I was born in this city?
Pretty sure you weren't. Right you are then, whatever you say. What about yourself, madam? Were you born in London as well?
Me? Oh no. Born and raised in Cardiff, I was. Spent most of my life there. But then something unusual happened, see, and ended up moving to London. Oh yes, my life story's just like one of them sweeping epic adventures you see in the pictures. Speaking of films, have you heard of this one? Alright. Humor me on this one. This ought to be good. Okay. 6 people need to be seated at the cinema. Your task as an usher is to find them a seating arrangement that will make them all happy. Okay, it's this one. I refuse to sit next to, behind, or in front of C. That's very specific. I hate the front row. Okay, well, B, you can be on the back for now.
Yeah.
C, I don't like the left or right seats. Well, you could be in the middle then. Well, okay, so we guarantee that C has to be in the front because B has to be in the back, no matter what, pretty much.
Yeah. Wait, no, but C could be also in the back, in the middle.
I suppose. I'll leave you out for now. D, I hate the left side and the back. Well, he's going to be on the front, so let's just put you on the right for now, the front. E, I prefer the right side. Well, right side's already taken, so I guess you can have the back side then.
Side, yeah. I think B goes to the left then, and we just do C in the...
F, anything but the front or left seats. Ah, well, tough shit there, mate. They're taken.
Well,
okay, well, let's take...
No, move B to the left. Yeah,
okay.
because then you can put F there.
Or we can switch F and E around, I suppose. No, E prefers the right. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so
D...
put C into the...
Hate the left side and the back. I refuse to sit next to, behind, or in front of C. Okay. I hate the left side. Alright, then I'll just do that. That works, doesn't it?
No, C doesn't like right seats.
I don't left or right. Oh, fuck me. You stingy little fuck.
Okay, no, that actually...
I refuse to sit next to, behind, or in front of C. Well, A can go anywhere, so let's just take him out of the equation for now.
Yeah, I think you have to put F into the front. No. I think you have to put F where E is. Then you have to put E into the front.
It's going to be on the right. If you sit next to, behind, or in front of C, so that can...
Yeah.
Either or orientation can still work. So C, I don't like left or right seats. That works. Okay, so B hates the front row, so he can be anywhere he wants. D, I hate the left side and the back. He's alright. I prefer the right side. Anything but the front or left seats. Yeah, I think this works. Sit next to, behind, or in front of C. Yep. Didn't say anything about being diagonal.
Yeah. That was my fault, exactly.
This one's as good as solved.
There we go.
I knew it!
Excellent. The only 2 options for C are the middle seat and the front or back row. You try to fit the other requests around that. This is the only arrangement that will make them all happy. Spot on, boyo. That's the answer, alright. Enjoy the rest of your visit to London, won't you?
How many times do I have to tell you? I am from London.
Yeah, but you are technically visiting it right now, aren't you? Whatever you say, don't get lost in the big city now, will you?
I give up.
I'm not doing your request, that's for sure. Luke, I've just remembered something.
What's that, Professor?
You've neglected to explain the situation to Flora.
Gosh, you're right. It completely slipped my mind. It's like, oh, we forget that she is there.
It's like, do you want to write her out or not? Make up your bloody mind. Oh, it's alright. I'm just happy I could come along. Be that as it may, I think an explanation is in order. Let's stop at the hotel for a quick chat.
All right, Professor. Oh, we should not stop there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you mean Flora?
Ding ding ding! Correct. What a pretty name. You've got to introduce us. Who's this? Hi there. Are you one of Luke's friends? It's nice to meet you. Ding 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 ding! Oh yeah, Luke and I go way back. We're old pals. Anyway, you have a lovely day, Flora.
Honey, I didn't realize you thought so highly of me, Max.
For God's sake, Luke. He does not know how the world works, apparently. Oh, he does have a puzzle. That's a surprise. Oh, man.
Oh, the long face, sir.
Ostrus just gave me an earful for loafing on the job. Cardboard cutout could do better, he said. Some leader. Hey, why am I spilling family secrets to you?
I'm not sure.
Oh, think you're brave getting me to fess up and tell the truth, do you? You won't look so clever when my puzzle stumps you. Short stuff. Spot the liar. Oh, great. One of these. I hate liar ones.
One always tells truths, one always tells lies, and the third one steps if you ask trick questions.
3 boys are playing a card matching game using 20 cards or 10 pairs. Okay. Boy A says, I matched 10 pairs in a row from the start. Boy B says, I matched 9 pairs in a row from the start. Boy C says, I matched 8 pairs in a row from the start. One boy is lying. Which one? It must be boy A then. It's just that's unusually high, isn't it?
I would say it's B because of uneven.
No, the thing is,
No,
okay.
Yeah, it has to be B because if you match 9 was from this 9 pairs in a row, you also match the 10th one.
Yep, that's a good point. Sorry, I was going for the impossible, but no, yours is impossible. It's like that's an unusually high number. But it's like no, that's how cards work for pairs, and you need a pair for 9 to work.
Yeah, which is weird because my brain immediately went like, can you have uneven things? Because in RuneScape you actually can't. Like you always change 2 things and.
That's a different equation altogether.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, wait, this applies to this as well.
Okay, that's a simple one.
You can just match up 5 sides of the Rubik's Cube. You either do 4 or 6.
Very clever. B is lying. If you match the first 9 pairs in a row, you would automatically match the last pair. Unless he has an ace up his sleeve. Wow, that dozy expression of yours had me fooled. You're brighter than you look. Alright then. Lovely day, isn't it?
That I suppose.
Days like this always put me in a biscuit baking mood. The thing is, I haven't been able to enjoy any of them because of this problem I'm having. Would you mind helping me with my conundrum? I'll give you some biscuits for your trouble.
Free biscuits? Well, where am I to refuse someone in need?
Who's gonna argue with free biscuits?
Crazy people.
Okay. You have 15 biscuits to share among a large group. The first person eats 1 biscuit and then passes 2 equal shares of the remaining biscuits to 2 other people. They both eat a biscuit and both pass 2 equal shares of their remaining biscuits to 2 other people, and so on until all the biscuits are gone. It takes 1 minute to eat a biscuit, ignoring the time it takes to pass them. What's the shortest amount of time in minutes that it would take for all the biscuits to be eaten? Okay, let's label this down to a simple equation. So the first person takes 1 minute. For the next 2 people, that's 2 biscuits under a minute. So on and so forth till 15 is reached.
Oh god. Yeah, but you kind of every time you halve it.
They're not halving it though, are they?
And I think they are because so you eat the biscuit, you have 14 remaining, then you pass 7 to someone and 7 to somebody else, and each of them eats 1 biscuit again. Right?
Yeah, it's that whole, the first person eats 1 biscuit and then passes 2 equal shares of the remaining biscuits to... Oh, no. No, there's just literally handing 1 biscuit to the next person.
No, to 2 other people, so it goes from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8.
Yes.
So I would say 4 minutes.
You think 4 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not confident, but...
Let's just roll with that.
How about this?
Yes. Okay, good thing I simplified for that for you. There we are.
Biscuits always taste better when you share them with somebody, don't you think?
Definitely.
I mean, I would agree. Biscuits are definitely better when you can share them. Alright, let's see.
So that was been a bit more obvious to me because when I realized that 15 is just one shot of 16, which is one of the I always get through of the quadruple sequences of 2.
Ah, what? No puzzle?
Welcome back to the hotel too. Oh, hello there, young lady, and who you might be.
My name's Flora. I'm a guest at the Professor and Luke's. Well, sort of. Actually, what really happened is I followed them here because they ran off without me. They're always doing that, and it's really quite upsetting at times. Oh dear, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to babble. I think she has a lot of pent-up stress and anger.
She's pretty much alone all the time, so yeah. What are you talking about, Flora?
Don't mind her, Becky. Flora can get quite nervous around new people.
Oh, I would never pry into a guest's personal affairs. That's against hotel policy. I'll be off now. Have a pleasant day. I hope you don't think the worst of us for leaving Flora behind.
You're just making this work, Luke.
Yeah, why do you suddenly feel bad for no reason?
What a charming room.
I'm glad you like it, Flora. Your room will soon be ready as well.
Oh, no need for that. I'm happy to stay in this one with you two. We'll just put up a screen. Luke, you're the smallest, so you can sleep in that chair there. Then I can take one of the beds, and the professor can take the other one.
That's not fair. I'm far too big to spawn myself into a chair.
So you can't sleep on a chair, no matter how much you think you can.
Yeah.
We can discuss sleeping arrangements later. But for now, let's bring you up to speed, Flora.
Alright, I'm all ears.
We are currently in a city that looks very much like London, but is fundamentally different. The city may appear similar to our London. Make no mistake, it's a far more dangerous place.
How so?
What he's trying to say is that we traveled through time. This is London, 10 years into the future.
What?
We're currently working with a young man who identifies himself as the future Luke. According to him, in the 10 years between his time and ours, I became a rather unsavory individual. And here in the future, I rule over the city with an iron fist. This young man is working with us to try and stop my evil future self.
Wow, that's an awfully complicated story.
Did you follow all of it?
Yes, I think so.
Can you imagine the professor as a Krampus? I wonder what he's like.
Hey, Luke.
Yes?
If both the professor and you have older counterparts here, I should have one too, right?
But yes, I suppose so.
That is a valid question.
But you haven't seen a future Flora here?
No, not yet anyway. He just ignored you like we did with you.
But didn't it strike you as strange that you hadn't seen me?
You know, we had a lot going on since we got here, so we haven't had time to,
Well, I'm curious as to where my future self could be anyway.
Ahem. I think we should move on. You know, Flora, the restaurant we're going to now is said to be one of the best in town.
Oh, is it really? Let's go then.
Good thinking, Professor. But service has gone down a lot, so, you know, like, the standard for best.
Oh, hey, what are you doing here? Dean Delmona.
Oh, fancy seeing you here, Herschel. Have you been keeping well?
Very well, thank you. You're looking rather well yourself, if I may say so. Spry, even.
Oh, goodness no, this old man is growing older by the day. My hair's gone completely white, see?
I do notice that, yes. Ah, yes. I thought there was something different about you.
Some people say silver hair makes a man look distinguished, but I was partial to my crop of brown. Now listen, Herschel, London's full of people quick to sully your name. Rest assured that I don't believe a word of it.
That's quite a shock, Professor. We saw the Dean a few hours ago, and now he's aged a full 10 years.
Yes, time certainly appears to have left its mark on Dean Dalmona.
Is something the matter, Professor?
Not at all. I just needed a moment to think. Let's be on our way.
Alright, moving on. Sure, it's nothing of concern. Alright, I think we have enough time for this cafe meetup and then we can stop.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, I just realized I've solved exactly 50 puzzles. How about that?
Hey.
Make that 51.
If you could wrap your thinking gear around this head scratcher I cooked up.
With the fact with the relation that Layton is the head of this, it makes sense that they all do this with puzzles.
Yeah, probably. Here are 5 numbered stamps. Stamp the numbers into the blank spaces to complete the equation. Only one digit can fit into each blank space, and you must use the lowest possible number of stamps. Hang on, what's going on here? Select the stamps that you need to use, then touch submit. So we can only have... Read that again.
I mean, isn't it just like 3? Oh, it's 4 numbers, so.
There are 5 number stamps. Stamp the numbers into blank spaces to complete the equation. Only one digit can fit into each blank space, and you must use the lowest possible number of stamps. Okay, so you need to use a stamp twice then.
So.
Or maybe more than that.
Is it like that the 5 and 2, like that the 5 is actually a 2 because it's, you know, upside down?
Yeah, you're right. But it still doesn't solve the problem.
Why not? Because you do 2 plus 2 plus 3 is like 7.
That's 3 stamps. We do less than that, or is that not possible?
I don't think so.
Okay. You just make it safe to save.
How about this?
Okay,
Yeah.
then I have no idea.
I guess.
Okay. So we can also use a 6 as a 9 as well. It's an option.
Ah.
So 3 plus.
Yeah. Then it's 4 and 2 also. Then 4
Yeah.
and 2 also.
Alright, let's just see this input, then we'll try 4 and 2 if that doesn't work.
Oh, I
How
see.
about this?
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Puzzle
correct.
can stop Layton's apprentice.
I'm shocked I spotted that faster than you did.
It's like I kind of thought, oh, you have to use them all of.
No, we just need to use the least amount of stamps. That's what they were asking for.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. It's like, you didn't spot that? Huh? You solved it? Ah, great. Now am I supposed to get through another boring day on the job?
Boring? Don't you work for a crime syndicate? If your job's boring, you're doing it wrong.
Kid, you don't know what my shifts are like. This is all I do for every day of my life. I must be hearing things. Could have sworn you just told me how to do my job.
No, I didn't mean anything by it. Just ignore me.
Just a humble kid.
Yeah, which honestly, like, also explains, you know, why guards are always like, when something suspicious happens, are not like, oh, something suspicious is going on. Because, like,
Oh, finally something's happening!
No, it's like, literally the opposite. It's like, oh, great, another thing that turns out to be nothing because, you know, you spend even a month guarding something every day and nothing happens, you're just bored.
Hmm.
That was me.
You went with a deep
Okay.
voice.
Yeah, which I think I've been doing for pretty much 90% of the characters of voice in this.
What can you do?
Yeah. Welcome to London's most delicious destination. I hope you brought your appetites. By the way, the postman tells me you got a real knack for solving puzzles.
Oh god. I suppose you could say that. Why do you bring that up, sir?
I ordered a few number plates a while back, you see, but the company made a mistake.
Alright. Humor me. Are they really mispainted? I already see where this is going. The number plates Palliot ordered have finally arrived, but
Wait a second. Oh no, the manufacturer painted all the numbers on backwards by mistake. Palliard would like to use them as soon as possible, but it would apparently take quite a while to fix each and every plate. To save time, the manufacturer would like him to make do with the plates that he can use as they are, and only send back the ones that are absolutely have to be fixed. Palliard wants your help. Take only the plates that can't be used. Okay, well...
This is pretty much the same
a
we
good
just did.
majority of them.
Yeah, the 3 and 4 also.
No, you can rotate it.
No, but it's wrong orientated for 3.
No, no, upside down. Flip it, rotate it, upside down. They're plates.
Ah, yeah. Ignore me.
So, yeah, should be just
I
7.
have not numbers
Oh, wait, no.
to be rotated.
No, not 4. 4 can be rotated too. The only one that's...
No.
You can rotate it to the left.
Yeah, but... Oh, fuck, yeah. This is drawn weirdly.
Yeah, the only one that's not really fixable is this 7. Whatever this is a weird-ass 7.
Yeah.
Everything else is fine.
This looks like a lesser or greater sign.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The only odd one out is the 7.
Which,
I've got
like,
a
7
good
isn't
feeling
all.
about
It's,
this one.
yeah.
Oh, come on. Fine.
Wait, can't you... You can also rotate the 7.
Yeah, but... actually, yeah, that might be it. It might be just like none of them are wrong. The guy just received the plates.
This
And...
one.
Okay. Should seem cool that way. Okay. Well, I guess it has something to do with the 2s and 5s. That's the only thing that really seems off.
Like,
The bottom left one, that's fine as a 2. I guess this 5 is the issue, really?
the 5 is the same. Literally the same thing.
Hmm. I don't... I guess the...
Wait, back at... Okay, it's 6 and 9.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we're so used to, doing the whole flipping 6 and 9 thing around, we don't question it at all. Because that's the most common one that should be used for flipping
Yeah,
around. We don't think about it, they are mirrored. They're wrong.
I've got a good feeling about this
Wow.
one.
My head can quite
Just
get
as I
over this
suspected.
still.
Yeah, no. It's like, all these are fine. That 7 is questionable. But yeah, the 6 and 9, they are flipped. Mirrored. So it's...
Oh, yeah, so because they're already the same, like...
Ugh.
It looks like I asked the right fella for help. Cheers, I won't forget this. There'll be more than a little extra gravy in the next pie you order here. Believe me,
What if I don't like gravy?
you will get it regardless.
Greetings, Shipley. Ah, Professor, good timing. I just got a message for you from Luke. He wants you to go to the observatory in the park. That's north of here. Make sure you're not followed. This park is just off the path that connects Flatstone Street to Midland Road, correct? That's the one. Luke will be waiting for you there.
Why do we need to make sure we're not followed?
It sounds as though someone out there might be monitoring our movements. Are you paying attention to this, Flora? It's very important. Of course I'm listening, Professor. Moving around in a group of 3 will make us more conspicuous. I know you don't want to be left alone, but I think it would be best if you waited for us at the hotel. What? As soon as we caught up with the other Luke, we'll come and get you. No, I'm coming with you. Now, Flora.
Oh, come on, Professor. Let her come along. We do our best to be stuffy on our way to the park.
It's literally just down the road.
It will be fine. Besides, it might be more dangerous to leave Flora all by herself.
Yeah, considering how much we don't know about this whole future thing, this is the last place I want to leave her entrusted.
Yeah.
I suppose you may have a point there, Luke. Flora, you do realize that where we're headed could be extremely dangerous, don't you? Are you really sure you want to come with us? Of course I do. I'm not scared.
Well, that settles it. Let's get moving.
Well, Luke, it looks as though we'll have to put our dinner plans on hold again, I'm afraid.
I understand, Professor. I'm pretty hungry, but we shouldn't keep Big Luke waiting.
Ugh. Well then, what are we waiting for? Let's go! Hooray, Flora's now officially part of the party.
Oh, like, honestly, this is like at the end, not sure if we should keep the NPC hanging out with the party or not.
I know.
It doesn't like. Shall we? No, I have other stuff to do. Like, oh, I'm coming with you. Like,
I don't have any plot made for you. I didn't think of this. Fuck. Alright, this seems like a good spot to stop.
yeah.
But something tells me that the next thing chapter will end right there, as usual. Anyway.
It's 10 chapters like always, right? 10 like always.
I think it's 10. I kind of forgot where we are right now. Either way, we're making progress. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Right. There's the thumbnail preview. Right, so yeah. Check back on Monday for more Professor Layton, the Lost or Unwound Future. Yeah, till then. Bye all.
Bye.